Hello and welcome, my name is Robin, and if you're a police officer, and you must tell me if you are, we're not a cult. And if you're looking for that missing girl, that's the other cult. They wear green, we wear purple. If you're not a cop, welcome to the cult of the unreciprocated advances of the mind's eye. The nearby village calls us the cult of hugging a pillow and believing that will get you a girlfriend. Don't listen to them. They're so selfish, they don't even want to share a meagerly 27,000 milliliters of cow blood, so you shouldn't even care about their opinion. This cult was created for the same reason all cults start, not to make lots of money or have millions of adoring fans, willing to do whatever you tell them the great old ones tell you to tell them. This isn't the music industry. It started to make people happy and to worship her. We worship her by saying that tomorrow we're totally going to ask her why she hasn't texted me back, and hoping that's just because she forgot. We worship her by asking our female friends if our icebreakers sound like we're creepy real serial killers or sexy movie serial killers. Apologizing for using such sexist stereotypes isn't part of the worship, just kind of a consequence of it. The reason right now I'm the only member of this cult, but that's just because the kind of people that used to join cults have social media now, so it's a bit harder to indoctrinate them. The reason I keep referring to a her is not just because it makes me sound like an awesome cult leader, revealing mysterious ancient knowledge long forgotten except by the one who survived the ritual. But also, it's more convenient. Her is the girl I'm imagining is going to shake up the slow, monotonous, riddled with people that don't understand and don't appreciate me sludge that's become through all faults of my life. Changes. 1 week it's her, the next it's her. It's been her for like 3 years now, but she kind of fades in and out, and looking at how things are going, more out. So you know, her is the girl whom I'm in love with, who's going to change my life as much as it changes who she is. Who she is changes way too often for me to keep rewriting the holy texts, forbidden scrolls, and recruitment flyers. And okay, very often I don't know her name, and dedicating a cult to the short hair girl or girl who wore that cool weird white top one day just doesn't pack the same punch. Frog Girl is the only nickname that would work, but that would increase the risk of her finding out I've been calling her Frog Girl, and I don't think that would be a good first impression. Oh, you're going to judge me for writing 1 or 2 sacred songs about girls I've never talked to? Like it's so weird to scribe unknowable hymns on the side of the tallest mountain expressing your love for Frog Girl. I would talk to her if she wasn't calling somebody constantly, and if she just happened to sit down next to me, and I don't know in what conditions I would start a conversation with her. The cult of the unreciprocated advances of the mind's eye argues quite convincingly. Although that might just be because the holy text managed to start an argument with, "So what you're saying," and ended with, "Sounds like what the Nazis wanted, Mr. Nazi. Do you need a tissue to clean the spike on your helmet?" It argues that true perfection is only found in girls you've never talked to. Only when one talks to short-haired girl does one discover that she's like 3 years younger than you. This principle works the other way too. Only when one talks to short-haired girl does she discover that you have no idea how to break ice, and instead of being a perfect stranger, you're that older guy that knew her friend's name and gave a compliment about her short hair. That might just be one of many, or if you just don't think about it, not at all a very big hypocrisy in our, mind belief system. I want to imagine what my life with her would be like, while believing that might actually happen, if I know a girl definitely doesn't like me. Imagine the night I try to convince her to watch the underrated masterpiece Patriot on Amazon Prime will just make me sad because it's never going to happen. I can't imagine her voice or what I think her voice sounds like. I wouldn't know. I've never talked to her saying, "Is this one of those horribly sad movies about English people you like so much?" I'm not preparing for a soon-to-be-fulfilled fantasy. I'm some guy in his room screaming about how it's a show and how horrible it is that we'll never get a season 3. Religions are meant to answer questions, so does this one. Like, were those girls I just walked past talking about me? Yes. You sure? I don't know them. They were. Maybe, but I think you're just connecting unrelated events. They were laughing. So what? People laugh all the time. I think they were talking about you. I don't know, man. Seems like an expression of a weird combination of narcissism and low self-esteem. You don't know what those words mean. You really think a group of friends sitting together would just start laughing about something? Oh my god. They were totally talking about me. How am I supposed to know what colors go well together? And I saw another guy wear shorts. I thought it was shorts weather. Many religions use fear to control its followers and then wholeheartedly deny that. I wouldn't dare to. If anything, this cult thrives on fear. If I wasn't so scared of talking to whoever heard this time, instead of imagining listening to scary podcasts late at night all cuddled together, I would be actually doing that, or something she wanted to do. Which imagining me believes will eventually happen because every once in a while I manage to forget my anxieties and do some real charming. But most of the time I'm scared. That's why I made this bad spirit repellent spray. Does it really work? No. But that's not because what I believe in is false or because I'm too scared to use it whenever I see them, but because the bad spirits are her friends and we all go to the same school together, so they won't just go away. Is the solution facing my fears or coming to terms with the things as they are? I could also try and add more garlic, that sounds way less incredibly terrifying. Another thing that makes this a totally legit religion is that there are questions you can't ask. Christians have, why did Jesus never use his superpowers to escape the Romans? Our off-limit inquiry is, why doesn't she like me? Well, it's okay to ask it yourself, this isn't creationism. Your worldview isn't going to fall apart right in front of you, way too complicated to have been formed by evolution eyes, if you think about it a little bit. It's a question I ask myself constantly, it's one of the big ones, only surpassed by... What's that professional doing? It looks pretty easy, I bet I could do that after like 2 or 3 weeks of training. But never ask her why she doesn't like you. As long as you don't know why, you can hate yourself for tons of reasons. But that's just self-sabotage. Your biggest weakness is that you just don't like yourself enough. Instead of whatever horrible, terrifying and probably completely justified reason she might have. Is it that I pretend to have strong, smart political opinions, but I have no idea what's going on in the world? Or that the only way I know how to communicate is by putting up a little show about me, and whenever people are just talking, having a nice time, I feel bored and in need of attention. It doesn't make me feel bad to hear those things for myself, because what do I know? I don't even know what a labor economy is, and if it's something you did on your weekend, I would ask, or be interested if you tell the group we're both sitting in. Another question you might really want to ask, as much as you want to ask Christians. How do you know when the end of the world is starting, and hasn't it already in 2021 when BTS went on hiatus? Definitely in 2022 when the band officially broke up. Or Scientologists, really? No, but I guess other beliefs are, but really, you really are there. Ghosts and aliens should... well, I guess it's cool, but come seriously. Like, most people don't believe in ghosts or aliens, but I guess, well... Okay, no, okay. I'll do it for the powers at level 5. That forbidden question is this a suicide cult? You're the 5th person to ask that and the 2nd imaginary one. But hey, I prefer it over, go away with your cult stuff, I don't want to read your book about Jesus trying to write part 3 in gold and burying it in some American's guy's backyard. That's Mormons and this isn't a suicide cult. Even if it was, it wouldn't be the girl's fault. I would clarify that in a note. It would probably mostly be complaining about how I never get to finish mine. I have a shipment for 1 sacrificial goat. Oh, you're those green guys. The ones that opened the eye in the bottom of the lake to celebrate their soon-to-arrive savior who will drown them in the mud they once made the innocent drink. No, I wear purple. You're that one guy trying to be a cult. Trying and succeeding. Haven't you seen my bad spirit away spray? Well, you're just one guy. One person can be a cult, you don't make the rules. Let me guess, the old ones do. Go away, man. I don't even care what he thinks. I'm sure he's way too much surrounded by loved ones and happy with what he believes to be his purpose in life to join a cult. Come on, this goat doesn't have the spark on its eye. It was going to be such a great sacrifice. I was going to cut it open, wrap it in red paper, stick a bone top of it and leave it at her doorstep. Without the hint of past, very sinful life in its eyes, it is going to seem weird and not at all like the romantic gesture that it could have been. This whole cult thing is getting way too hard, and pretty soon it's going to take off, and I couldn't deal with all those devoted followers bowing before me, waiting my every command. So I wouldn't want it, even though I'm probably gonna get it. 5 more flyers, 2 more karaoke nights, and I'd be rolling in that mega church money, that non-profit organization origami. But I don't want it. I know that's often the goal, but this belief system is getting old. Feeling scared and sad all the time because I want some interchanging girl to like me is almost as exhausting as running a cult. You know what? Not enough religions just end after big scientific/technological breakthroughs. Let me be the bigger person than Jesus here and just stop. I don't need this cult, I'll just start using dating apps.